Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what I eat in a day. And yeah, so you'll see what we have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So here I'm starting off with a cup of almond milk, and I'll be mixing it in with some apple cider vinegar. This is to create buttermilk. And now I'm going to add in my all-purpose flour. I will be adding in 2 cups, as you can see here. So what I'm actually making are biscuits. We're having biscuits and gravy for breakfast. I didn't actually tell you guys what we're making. So next I am going to add in my baking powder. I will be adding 1 tablespoon of the baking powder in there. And that is all the baking powder I'll add. It looks like I added more than 1 tablespoon, but I didn't. It was actually 1 tablespoon. Now I'll be adding in some pink Himalayan salt. You don't have to use the pink Himalayan salt. You can use whatever salt you have in your home, whether it be sea salt or pink Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, whatever salt you like. I'm using Earth Balance butter, and it's vegan butter. I will be adding in 2, just kidding, not 2 tablespoons. It looks like only 2, but I actually added 6 tablespoons of this in there. The recipe, by the way, for these biscuits will be linked in the description box below, which will be necessary because I don't get to finish making these biscuits on camera because my camera actually dies in the middle of making these biscuits. So now I'm using a fork just to kind of mix it all together, and the fork wasn't working that great, as you can see, so I just decided to use my hands. So what you want to do is mix everything in with the butter until you get a grainy consistency with everything mixed in, and I will show you here the consistency you're looking for. There you go. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my milk and mix it all in nicely. Make sure you do not over mix because then your biscuits will not be fluffy, but they'll be dense. So my camera actually died, so the next clip is of the biscuits already done. So here are the biscuits. They are nice and fluffy and flaky, and here's a plate. They don't look that appetizing, but they were really good. It's just not a nicely put together plate, but this is not MasterChef. So next I have my fruit here. I'm making a smoothie bowl. So here's my frozen fruit. I'm adding some peanut butter for protein. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in some dates for the sweetness and some almond milk. Then I'm adding some flax seeds and chia seeds for some omega-3. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it all and blend it together until it is nicely done. I actually had to add more milk in the middle of blending because I hadn't put enough milk in there. So there we go. It's nice and blended. Now I'm going to add my toppings. I'm adding some strawberries, and then I'm also going to add some flax seeds and chia seeds to top it all off. I usually like to also add granola, but we were all out of granola, so I didn't add granola. But that is my breakfast. It was really good. So Lester actually had the biscuits and gravy, and I had the smoothie bowl. So moving on to lunch, I will be making a salad. As you can see, I have everything already cut up. I have a bowl of kale, and into the bowl I'm adding my cut up carrots to both bowls. I'm making 2 bowls actually, one for me, one for Lester. And next I will be adding the cucumber as well that I already have chopped up, and also the nice red onion as well. The salad was really good and super filling as well. And one other topping that is not pictured here are some roasted chickpeas that I will be bringing out shortly after I add in these nice red onions. So here we go, we have the chickpeas. I roasted the chickpeas in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, and I seasoned them before I put them in. And for our salad dressing, I am just adding on a homemade salad dressing. All of the ingredients for this salad will also be listed in the description box below. But that is the salad. It is done, and it was so good. We actually had it 2 days in a row. That's how good it was. I made it the very next day. Now moving on to dinner, I'll be making some fried rice. I'm just cutting up my carrots, and I'll also be cutting up some celery here that I'll be adding to the rice as well, along with some green onions and also some red onion as well. As you can tell, we've been eating a lot of carrots this day, but that is good. I had to fix my belt, it was hanging. But yeah, so now I'm just cutting up my red onion as well, and then I'm going to also cut up some kale to add in there. Alright, so now I'm just cutting up the kale. Next, to a hot pan, I am going to add in some olive oil, and then I will be adding in my carrots, celery, and onions, and allow them to cook down until nice and soft. You'll see that I will add in some water when my carrots and onions and everything are starting to stick, just to deglaze my pan. And I just choose to do this instead of adding in more oil, just to limit how much oil I add to the food. So as you can see, I've cooked them and they are starting to get soft, and at this point I'm adding in my mushrooms and also adding in my kale as well at this time. So once I mix everything in together, I will just put the lid on and allow it all to cook down until my kale is wilted a bit. Now that I'm back, I'm going to go ahead and mix everything in and add in more water, and then add in all my seasoning as well. The recipe for this fried rice is going to be linked in the description box below. This is a great way to use up any leftover vegetables that you have in your home. I'm adding in next my tofu and my corn. Now I'm adding in the rice as well. My camera dies once again, but here you can see that the rice is done and it looks so good. It was really good, and it was just a great way to use up what we had left. So this is the final product. I really enjoyed it. It was so tasty.